I'm just going to show you the next part of the video that I started last week. So at the end of last week, we had the zombie moving up and moving towards the player and doing the attack animation and walking, but no actual damage taking place to the player. So now what I want to do is sort of like just get a basic game working at this stage. So I'm going to go through the changes I've done. First of all, I'm just going to press play and show you what I've done and then show you how I did it. So here's what I've got. So this looks exactly the same as I left it last game, but you'll notice a difference. Oh, can you see my health has gone down? Let me start it again. Actually, that was a bit confusing, that, because I got within a certain distance. Right, so he sees me, he walks towards me, he does the attack, and can you see me health? It drops really rapidly, and I die. So that's the basics of the game. Now I'm going to show you how to tweak that later, but I'll just show you all my code that I got to do that, and then we'll look at maybe tweaking it to make it a little bit less dramatic, the health loss, because that is quite a rapid health die. So the first thing is I've added a new script, and the new script is the HUD. So I just want to quickly go through the HUD. And here is the HUD. Now I just want to go through it. The first thing you need to see is well, basically how I created it is I went here, I went into my game, I went into code, I right clicked, click new script, new C#, and I code a script called HUD. Now with any script you get the update function and the start function. You notice there's no no update function. That's the first big sort of difference here. The second biggest difference is you only get these 3 lines here, but this one here we link with the UI, the user interface, because we're linking it to the HUD, this script. So we have to make sure it has this .ui business. So that's for the actual HUD. I called it HUD. You can call it what you want, but it's very useful to call it up so it actually links directly with the HUD. You can call a class, C# class, the same as the actual object of HUD. And if you notice in the HUD, I've actually linked it there, and I've noticed it's got these extra bits here, which I'll go through in a second with you, because I just want to go through this. There's these 2 new bits in now with my coding. This concept called serialized field. That serialized field is what creates these bits here in the actual script. It creates these 2 links here, allows them to be there, and they're both private, but they're actually just linked to this here. So the things that the HUD needs to work is, first of all, we need access to this health bar image on here. Remember in game, if I click on game, we've got this health bar image, and we want this to take damage. So I've got a, if I go to thing and just click on actual health here, I'll just zoom it around a bit here. There, and if I remember, we set this here, set it from 1 to 0, so when you're dead it's there, and when it's there it's your full health. So we'll set it to 1. It wasn't on 1, that's why it looked a little bit red there. So actual health here, this image is what is going to get changed. So when it's 1, that's 100%, and when you're 0, you're dead. So that's what we're adjusting. But tied behind there is the player's health. And the player's health is in a different script called Player Controller. So we've got one script here called HUD, another one called Player Controller. We're going to be linking these 2 scripts together. Well, we're going to allow them to access each other, some of the routines, but we'll talk about that later. That's when it gets really interesting, C# for me. So HUD, we've got that private image health bar, links to that health bar, links to this actual health thing here. So what you just do there, it actually shows up. I'm going to give me a second. It shows up like that, and what you do is when you actually, can you see, I just drag and I drop that to their actual health. That's all that enables me to do. That's what allows me to manage the health. We've also got a link to the Player Controller. Now the reason we do that is, can you see that Player Controller is the Player Controller class, which is, we're linking it to that there, Player Controller. Sorry, that one there. So we're linking to there. We'll call it PC. Health bar image is what we're calling it in this script. PC and the health bar image is like, it's almost like making a little private copy of player controller here. I'm calling it PC, but it allows us to run those things. Because what we need is we need two things. Can you see I've got player controller? So you just literally grab the player and I go like that. There. That's when you add the script to it. We'll do that later. Well, you just add the script like you have done before. So these are the things we need: the health and we need the health bar. These two are going to link. And then we've got two things here. Current, we're setting an int called current value, which is the current, which is what the actual player's health is within this script, and current percentage. The reason we set it as a percentage is because of that health bar image is at 1, which is 100%, or 0, which is dead. So the start is we're running a routine in the player controller called get health, which I'll show shortly, and that all that does is return what the player's health is. The player character is where the player health is stored, and then it just goes show health, which is this function here. So this public, if you notice, it says work public because this is going to be accessed by player controller as well, because it needs to show the health bar. So what we do here is we set the health. We get the current health because it changes all the time. Then we convert it to a percentage, which is this business here, and then we go fill amount. Now if we go here, can you see it says fill there? This is the fill amount. It's talking about this fill amount. 1 is 100%, 0 is not filled, and that's what it means by that. And then I've actually got a little debug to say what the current health is, so that when you're actually playing it, we can actually see it's a little debug screen. You can comment this out when you get it working, but it's useful to have it to begin with. So this is a new script. I'll scroll it up there. You can see I will give you access to this new script in the comment section of this YouTube video I'm creating. So the first thing is this HUD, and you just literally just drag and drop this hub the way you'd normally do, like that, like I just showed you there. And then you've got to actually set the actual health, but you won't be able to say the player controller one yet until you change the player script. So let me show you what I did in the player script one as well. So in the player controller, right, first of all, I've got the same serialized field here, but I'm accessing the HUD. So this accesses the HUD as the player, as the same as the HUD accesses this one. So we're accessing HUD. I've noticed I've called it lowercase HUD, not uppercase HUD, just to keep them separate. You can't call it HUD. You have to call it a different name. And here is the variable. That's a new line as well. We set what the health for the player is to a 100. So we've given him a starting health of 100. All the rest of this code is similar as before. However, there are 3 new functions, and I'm highlighted all the 3. These are the 3 that need to be added. There's a bit up here as well, which I'll access. First thing is we want to update the health. So in other words, if a zombie attacks us, we're going to lose health. So first thing we do is reduce the health by 1. Then we go HUD, show health. I showed you in here, we've got the show health. So it accesses this and changes the health bar according. So if we start taking damage, it will automatically update. And then you've actually got a little debug to show that the health is changing in the player character. Another one here is, because health is stored in the player character, the HUD needs it. So this public int, it returns the health to HUD. Can you see get health? If you look in HUD, there, get health. That is that. It just links that to that. That's all that is. So that tells the health. Any void checks, this checks to see if we're dead. So if the health is less than 0, basically we died, and we run this little command here. There's actually 2. If you create an application, it looks like that, but within the editor itself, you do that, and it stops us playing. So there you are in the player character now. So in the player controller, let me show you the player. Can you notice I've got, if I go to player, we've got a link to the player HUD now. Can you see? So you have to literally go like that and drop it there, like you see how I just did it down so that it links it. You're going to be doing a lot of this linking business. That's what the serialized field does for you. There's one more thing I want to add is when the zombie is doing its attack, I've added this. So up in here, I've got the same players, serialized field player controller PC, which is exactly the same as the HUD. You can actually, I'm reusing that code there and there, it's the same thing. So when it's got its distances less than 3, it does that. Now obviously this is not particularly bright because the zombie can have his back to us, it's not turned at this stage. So what I'm going to do is, what you want is that update health is running quite quick. So it's a bit, it's not, it's a bit, you can actually die with the zombie back to you. I mean, there's lots of ways of rationalising this, but one way of doing it is you can just simply say that the zombie's got some sort of infection. He's near enough to it, you start dying. I know it's not realistic, but it just helps you sort of, at this stage, as a simple game, that's one way of doing it. We're gonna look at collision detection later, but to make a simple game, this is what I'm trying to get. That's all we need. So this is in essence a really simple game going. So I'm just going to press play just to show you it working again. It's not perfect, it's got bugs, I know that, but as a simple game concept it does work and it introduces you to the code. So there, it's seen me, I'm going to back away a bit, I'm going to let it kill me and show you what happens. So it starts hit me, and then it comes out the executor and the game is finished. So we have a simple running game, simple thing. Now if you're going to duplicate lots of zombies, you will have to, because it's got this, you're going to have to keep dragging the player to them, so it's a bit tedious to do that. So it's not, this is not really designed for lots of zombies. It's only really works for one zombie, because you'll have lots of problems if you've got lots of zombies in this. It won't work as smoothly, just warning you. So this is designed for one zombie and one player, but as a simple game concept it does work anyway. So I'll just leave that for now, and then we'll have a look at and later on some of the other bits and pieces we can add to it as we progress. Thank you very much for listening.